All right, you guys, so we are going to be going over the QCA 1 review. So follow along and check your answers. So it says name a pair of skew lines, a pair of intersecting lines, and parallel lines. So first, skew. So skew means not parallel but not intersecting. So for example, we could say CD and AE would be skew lines. So CD and AE are skew. And then it says intersecting lines. So just two lines that are going to intersect each other. Let's just use CD again. So CD intersects with DH. So CD and DH. And then we have parallel lines. So parallel, I'm going to use DH and then say CG. So DH and CG. Your answers can be different. This is just an example of some that I picked. Okay, and then it says, could AB and GB be intersecting? So AB and GB. Okay, here's the big thing, guys. They share a point. So because they share a point, they are intersecting. They're definitely intersecting lines. All right, on number 2, blank 2 points are collinear. Any 2 points are collinear. No matter if they make a line or not, any 2 points are collinear. All right, on number 3, it wants us to name a pair of opposite rays. So remember, opposite rays share an endpoint, and then they create a line, a straight line. So say we use the endpoint N, then we're going to have, we could use NO or NP, and then the opposite one would be NM. So we would have ray NP and NM. So they both share that endpoint of N, but then they go in opposite directions, creating a straight line. And then it says, are NP and PN the same ray? Okay, so if we draw these, I'm going to draw NP up top. If you look up here, N has the endpoint and it's going towards P. In this one, we have it starting at P and going towards N. So no, they are not the same ray. All right, what is the intersection of plane XW ST, so this back plane, and plane ZWSV. ZWSV is the side plane. So if you notice, they intersect at that line SW. So the answer for number 4 is D. Okay, it says T is the midpoint of SU. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. T is the midpoint of SU. ST is 3x plus 3, and TU is 24. So since T is the midpoint, we know those two things are equal. So we're going to set them equal to each other. Subtract 3 from both sides. 3x is equal to 21. So that means x equals 7. So we already know that TU is 24. If we plug 7 into our 3x plus 3, we're going to get 3 times 7 plus 3, which is 24. And then SU is going to be those two added together, which is 48. All right, number 6, it says AOC. So AOC, this angle is 67 degrees. Oops, 67 degrees. It tells us that BOC is 2x plus 10 and AOB is 4x minus 15. Okay, it says find the degree measure of those two angles. So the only thing that we can do here is add our two smaller parts, 4x minus 15 and 2x plus 10, and set it equal to our total angle of 67 degrees. If we do that, we're going to get 6x minus 5 equals 67. Then we're going to add 5 to both sides, so 6x equals 72. Divide by 6, and x is going to equal 12. Then it asks us to plug it in and find the degree measure of BOC and AOB. So we're going to have for BOC is 2x plus 10, so 2 times 12 is 24, plus 10 is 34. And then AOB is 4 times 12, which is 48, minus 15 is going to be, 33. So those two angles are 34 and 33. All right, this is a tricky one. So it says Z is 2/3 of the distance from point X to point Y. What is the coordinate of point Z? So first, the total distance from X to Y is 6. So we're going to have 6 times 2 over 3, which is going to give us 4. Okay, then it says it's the distance from X to Y. So starting at X, we have to move 4 spaces. So 5 plus 4 is going to give us 9 for our point Z. Okay, number 8. What is the converse of the following conditional, and is the converse true? So if a number is divisible by 10, then it's divisible by 5. So our converse is going to be opposite. If it's divisible, by 5, then it's divisible by 10. So the converse, so A is not an option. If a number is divisible by 10, no. If a number is not, we're not talking about knots. If a number is divisible by 5, then it's divisible by 10. That is your converse. Is the converse true? The answer to that is no, it is not true. For example, 25 is divisible by 5, but it's not divisible by 10. So that means that converse is not always true. All right, find the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment whose endpoints are 6, 4, and 2, 8. So we're going to use our midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So we're going to have 6 plus 2 over 2, 4 plus 8 over 2. So we're going to have 8 over 2 and 12 over 2, and our midpoint is going to be 4, 6. Okay. What is the rule that describes the translation from ABCD to ABCD prime? So let's look. It looks like it just moved. It stayed the same shape. It just moved down. So in this one, make it a little bit bigger. So they counted by 2s. So this is 8, 6, 4, and 2. So let's look at the point D. D is at 1, 2, -3, 0. And D prime is at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6, +2. So if we look here, our x's went to the left 3, and our y's went up 2. So x minus 3, y plus 2 is the answer for that one. Okay, I told y'all to skip number 11. How many lines of symmetry does a circle have? So remember, you can draw as many lines as you want, and you'll still always be able to draw more. So the answer for this is infinite. So infinite. All right, the figure has rotational symmetry. Find the angle of rotation. So this picture has 3 congruent parts. We can break it up like this, or pretty much a lot of ways in 3 ways. So we're going to have 360 divided by 3, which is 120 degree rotational symmetry. All right, it says 3.4 is the midpoint of AB, so 3, 4. And A is located at -1, 0. What are the coordinates of point B? Okay, so we can do this 2 ways. I'm going to do it the graphing way. So from our midpoint, And our end point, we went this way. So we went up 1, 2, 3, 4, and we went to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. So x added 4, y added 4. Okay, so that means to our midpoint, we have to add 4 to both. So it's going to be our new point B is going to be at, 7, 8. Or if you did this the algebra way, you're going to have -1 plus x over 2 equals 3. Multiply both sides times 2. We're going to have -1 plus x equals 6. So then add 1 to both sides and x equals 7. Then for our y coordinates, we're going to have 0 plus x over 2 equals 4. Multiply both sides times 2. And x equals 8. So our new coordinate point is 7, 8. Again, either way is totally fine as long as you can show me how you did it. All right, slope of a vertical line. So just like this, it's going to be undefined. Slope of a horizontal line is 0, and they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, they are perpendicular. Our parallel lines are lines that do not intersect. They are also coplanar, so it's A and C. Skew lines are lines that do not intersect and are non-coplanar, so that's B and D. All right, we have another midpoint problem. So T is the midpoint of SU. ST is 4x minus 2. TU is 32. So we're going to be setting these equal to each other again. Okay, so we're going to add 2 to both sides. 4x equals 34. Divide by 4. Not going to get a clean number here. X equals 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. So if we plug that in, we actually already know TU is 32. We're told that T is the midpoint, so that means that ST has to be 32 as well, and then the total length is going to be 64. All right, what is the slope of the line shown? So we can either use our slope formula, which is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or we can count. I'll do the formula first. So I'm going to use 6 as our y2, so 6 minus -6 over 1 minus -5. We're going to have those all turn into plus signs. So we're going to have 12 over 6, which is 2. The other way you can do it is you can just count. So if we do that, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So rise 12 over run 6. And our slope is a positive 2. All right, points A, B, and C are collinear. B is between A and C. Find BC if AB is 24 and AC is 62. Sorry, there's not much room to work this one out. B is between A and C. AC is 62 and AB is 24. So all we're going to be doing is 62 minus 24, which comes out to be 38. All right, we have another one of those fractional distances. So we have xy, point Z is 3/5 of the distance. X is at -6 and y is at 4, okay? So our total distance here is 10. So we have to find 3/5 of 10. So we're going to get 6 for that number. So 10 times 3/5 is 6. So we have to start at x, which is -6, and we're going to add it. And that means that z is at 0. All right. Now we're going to have a transformation. So r is at -3, -1. S is at -4, -4. T is at -1, -2. It is reflected over the y-axis. So we're going to have a shape that looks like this. So R, S, T. I have T prime, R prime, and S prime. Then it's translated 5 to the left and up 5. So translate 5 to the left and up 5. We're going to have T double prime and R double prime and S double prime. So what are the coordinates of R double prime? So it looks like we are at -2, 4. So we have C, -2, 4. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to come to tutoring tomorrow morning.